Hello everybody, welcome back again. We're here working with Unit 6 from Grade Time 4. And now in this video we're gonna cover this second grammar topic that we have in this unit. Remember, the first one was a review about the passive forms in the past and in the present, right? Now, we're going to take a look at this way of expressing something that people do for us, okay? Might be a little confusing now, but we're going to do some exercises together so that you can understand what I am saying here right now, okay? So, let's take a closer look. Oh, for those who are with the books with them, we're working on page 59. Okay, guys? So, moving here, we have this part, grammar, have something done. In exercise 1, we have to underline the subject in each sentence. Do you remember? The subject is the person who does the action in the sentence, okay? And then we have a question. Do we know who is performing the action? Because this is important. The subject of a sentence not all the time is the person who performs the action. Remember when we talked about the passive? Remember that example from John gave Mary a present. In the sentence, John gave Mary a present. John is the subject of the sentence. And he is performing the action. This is the active voice. But in the passive voice, when we say, Mary was given a present by John, we have a different situation. In this case here, Mary is the subject of the sentence, but she's not the person doing the action, performing the action. This is done by John, okay? So, in the same idea here, I want you now to do the following. We're going to check these 3 sentences we have here, and for each sentence we need to underline the subject of the sentence, okay? And we need to say if we know who is performing the action, okay? So let's check the sentences. Number 1. I've had my arm tattooed. 2. I can have it removed. And 3. I'm going to have my hair dyed. Okay, so for now, I want you to just underline, pause the video, and underline the subject of the sentences and tell me, or think at least, who is the person performing the action. Okay, remember, not necessarily the subject of the sentence is the performer of the action. So, pause the video and do this now, okay? So, guys, could you find this subject of the sentence and imagine who is performing the action? Let's check it together now. So, in sentence number 1, again, we have, I've had my arm tattooed. Good. So, who is the subject of the sentence? The subject is I. I've had my arm tattooed. This is the subject. But here, who is performing the action? Is it me who did the tattoo on my arm? Or is it a tattoo artist that has a place and then I go to the place and he does the tattoo? That's the option, right? So, in sentence number 1, we have the subject being I, but the performer of the action is the tattoo artist. Okay? Let's check number 2. 2 says, I can have it removed. Then, again, who is the subject? The subject is I. I can have it removed. But who is going to remove my tattoo? Probably a professional, not myself. So here again, we can see that the subject, I, is not the person who performs the action. Okay? Let's see number 3. In 3 we have, I'm going to have my hair dyed. So, again, the subject is I, because this sentence is about me. But who is going to paint the hair in a different color? To have the hair dyed in a different color? Okay, probably not myself. Probably I'm going to a hairstylist, or I'm going to have someone who knows how to dye hair, okay, to have it done. So here again we have the subject, which is I, but the performer of this action is not myself, is someone else. So can you see the difference over here? So again, not necessarily the subject of the sentence is the performer of the action in the sentence. Okay? Quite confusing, Rafael. I don't know if I understand. Well, this is very common even in Brazilian Portuguese. We construct sentences like this. Okay? We also do this in Portuguese when we say that I am going to ask another person to do something for me. Okay? Now, the next part here is we have to complete the rule here, right, with the words us and the word someone. Okay? So let's check here. We often use the structure have plus the object or something plus the past participle when we arrange for to do something for. In less formal contexts, get, the verb get, is often replaces the verb have. Okay? So now again, I want you to pause the video, go back to the sentences, analyze it, and try to complete these two spaces here with the words us or someone. Okay? And then come back here for us to check. Good luck. Alright, so could you complete the rule? I hope you could. Okay? So here we have the rule completed. And I hope you got the answers right. So the rule, when we are talking about this structure, have something done, is we often use this structure have plus object plus the past participle when we arrange for someone to do something for us. Okay? And again, in less formal contexts, the verb get often replaces the verb have. Okay? So again, this structure is used when I ask another person to do something for me, or when we ask another person to do something for us. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to practice a little bit more, okay? And then we're going to do this exercise over here. So, for this exercise, we need to read the sentences and complete. Complete using have plus the object plus the past participle of the verbs, okay? Then we have this picture over here about Lord Layabout, okay? And it says that Lord Layabout doesn't do anything himself, right? So we're talking about this family. So what I want you to do, guys, I want you to pause the video and try to complete these sentences here, 1 to 6, okay, with this structure. Have plus object plus the past participle, okay? Then you do the activity and come back here for us to check, okay? Alright, so could you do this exercise? Was it difficult? Some of the sentences are a bit tricky, okay? But now we're going to get them corrected together, alright? And I hope you can understand them a little bit better and also the structure, right? So, number 1 says, he never cooks. He, Lord Layabout, remember. So, he never cooks. His meals by chef. So, In this case here, we know that he is the subject, but he's not the performer of the action. The performer are the chefs, right? So here we have, he never cooks, so he has his meals cooked by chefs. So has, because we're talking about he in the present, and cooked because cook is a regular verb and the past participle needs ed. Okay? Then number 2. He and his wife never do any housework. Lucky guys. And we need to complete they. So how do I complete the have here? They have it done by housekeepers, right? Let's see number 3. He never goes to stores. He, everything by his assistant. So he has an assistant who goes to stores. But when we go to a store, what we usually do in stores? We buy things. So he has, just like number 1, everything bought. Remember that buy is the infinitive, bought is the past form, but also the past participle form of the verb to buy. Okay? Number 4. Neither he nor his wife drives. Their car, by an ex-racing driver. Wow, that must be exciting. So, they have their car driven by an ex-racing driver. Remember that driven is the past participle of drive. So, drive, drove, driven. Okay? 5. They never plan parties. Them, by party planners, right? So, they have them planned by party planners. Then number 6. They don't take care of their children. They have them taken care of by a nanny, right? So they don't look after their children. They hire someone to do that. Okay? Can we check? Let's check our answers. Well done, guys. Very good. Okay? So here, it's very clear for us to see the structure, right? Remember the structure, have, object, and past participles. So, for example, in number 1, we have has, his meals is the object, and cooked is the past participle. Have, eat is the object, referring to housework, and we have done, the past participle of the verb do. In 3, we have has, everything is the object, and bought, the past participle. In 4, we have their car, which is the object, and driven, which is the past participle. In 5, we see have, them, which is the object, referring to parties, right? And planned, which is the past participle of plan. And in 6, we see have, them, which is the object, referring to children, their children, and taken care of, taken, which is the past participle of the verb take. Okay? Good? Very nice. So, moving forward, we still have one last exercise over here. So, for this exercise, you're going to do it in your notebooks, okay, guys? So here we have, in your notebook, use these words to write questions for each answer. So, very important here. We don't have the questions, we have the answers, okay? So we need to come up with the question. So we have the zero sentence here, which is an example. And then the answer is at the to die for salon, right? So to die for is a pun, right? A word play with the word dye, which is for hair, when we change our hair color, and die, the verb die, to be killed by someone or lose life, okay? So what is the question we can make here with the information from the answer? Where can you have your hair cut? Okay? Then we have the answers number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 says, at Derek's bakery. So what's a bakery? What can we have in a bakery? Okay. 2, at Bridge Street Garage. What do we do in a garage? Or what do we have done for us in a garage? 3, at City Vision. What is probably the City Vision? And 4, at the Northgate Dental Clinic. What do we have in a dental clinic usually? Okay, so your job now is to pause the video here and come up with the questions for these answers, 1, 2, 3, 4, using these words or expressions over here. Then come back here for us to check. Good luck. All right, guys, so how was that? Was it difficult to come up with those questions? This is a very nice exercise to do sometimes because we are very used to making questions, giving answers and not making the questions, right? Especially you guys as students. So this is a very nice exercise to practice a more real way of using the language, because when we are talking to people, we answer questions, but we also make questions as well. Okay, so let's check. Number 1, we have the answer at Derek's bakery. Then we need to follow the example. So where can you have, right? What can you find at a bakery? A wedding cake, car, eyes, or teeth? Probably a wedding cake, right? So where can you have a wedding cake? And the verb. We check a wedding cake, we repair, we make, or we clean. That's a good question. So we make cakes, right? So where can you have a wedding cake? Made, because made is the past participle of the verb make. Good. Let's see number 2. The answer is at Bridge Street Garage. So what can we find in the garage? Usually what do we relate to garages? Car, eyes, or teeth? Probably cars, yes? So where can you have your car or a car? What do we do with the car? We can think of check, repair, and clean, right? But thinking about the other options, I do believe that here we're talking about repairing, because can you repair eyes? Maybe, but not so common. Teeth? Maybe, but not so common as well, right? So I'll go with repair. Let's see. So, repaired. Because repair is a regular verb and the past participle is with ed. Okay? Let's see the next. At City Vision. So, vision. What do you relate to vision? Eyes or teeth? Probably the eyes, right? So, the question following the model is, where can you have your eyes? And then what do we usually do with the eyes? We clean or we check? Good question as well. Usually in English, we usually have our eyes checked. Okay? So where can you have your eyes? Checked, because check is a regular verb and also the past participle is with ed. And finally, at the Northgate Dental Clinic. here we don't have many options. So where can you have your teeth? And then the last option, which is cleaned. Okay? Let's see the answers. Let's check our answers. I don't know what happened over here. Where can you have your teeth cleaned? I don't know. Let's see, guys. The others are correct, right? Where can you have... Let's try again. Where can you have your teeth cleaned? Not correct again. Let's see what's the problem. Where can you have your teeth cleaned? I don't know, man. What happened over here? Our answer was right. So if your answer was, where can you have your teeth cleaned? That's it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it went a little crazy over here, right? Very good, guys. Thank you very much. So here is the end of this grammar section. So you can go back to your study guide now, and we will be seeing each other pretty soon. Bye.